Hey everybody, AC80s Girl here, and today we're going to be talking about Jetta. Jetta was the fourth Misfit to join the Misfits, and her real name was actually Sheila Burns, but they all called her Jetta. I think she was, I'm not sure, but I think she was Scottish, from Scotland. She definitely had an accent, I do remember, and she always lied to the Misfits just to show that she was better than she actually was. I do remember that from the cartoons. So anyway, we're going to be going over Jetta today, about her clothing, her stand, just to look for when you are buying a Jetta. Now she was the fourth addition to the Misfits. The original three were always on most of the posters, and Jetta was not in many posters. As you can see in my shirt, most of the shirts were just the original three. And Jetta was later added on in the cartoon series. But I loved her. I think she was one of my favorite ones that I had. So anyway, with Jetta, she was the famous saxophone player when they were looking for an add-on. It was kind of the time where Jem was just adding on Rhea. It seemed to the Misfits to add on a person as well. So they added on Jetta. So let's take this off. So she came with the black saxophone. And then one rare thing that she came with was that you'll know with all the other Jem items is that she was the only one to come with this clear stand. It was a Jem stand, it says Jem on it. And it's a little darker, but it's clear and it has black speckling in it, like black metallic speckles throughout the stand and the peg. Okay, mine's kind of warped and a little creased and plastic. It's been melted a little bit here and there. It's pretty loose. So mine's a little rough, so that's kind of typical. Mine's not in the best condition. She also came with a cassette like all the others. It does say her name on it, and she is a Misfit, so hers is black. So all the Misfits had black cassettes, and it says her name on it. Still has the Jem theme, and I'll play this a little bit later because it does have just the Misfits songs on them besides the Jem theme. She also came with a pink comb, and then we'll go through her outfits. So Jetta was the only one to have, out of all the fashions as I know, I don't claim to know everything about Jem, I'm close. She has black heels, black scalloped heels. I don't know the fashions or any other doll that has the black heels. So if you see these are for Jetta. And then, of course, she had, as one of the Misfits, and the Misfits dolls, she also has two of the gold, like, colored spiked bracelets. So she has two of those as well, just like the others on each arm. Clash does not, but Clash did not play an instrument for the Misfits, so her bracelets are a little different. I'm going to take off her belt, and I will show you her clothing that she has on here. Okay. There's one Velcro in back to just take off her shirt really easily. It's also kind of stretchy, and then she's got an elastic skirt that went over her pants. I'm not going to take the pants off. Just with the other pants and tights, they're just takes a little time consuming. And as I said in other episodes, if you've been watching, when you're looking for dolls off eBay or if you found them at Etsy or anywhere, state sales and such, just make sure they're in pretty good condition and they can stand and pose. I mean, hers is a little loose, but I just got another doll of hers that was just so bad that, you know, I wasn't sure if she'd be able to stay up. And I'll show you her later, but she was able to stay up in the stand. It's just happens over time of just being flopped around or thrown in cases, thrown in bins for storage for years. You know, it does happen. So she came with the black and white striped pants, and now they're stretchy cotton pants. They're not fully all the way down. They're kind of like a crop pant, but that's kind of what most of them are like. They don't have pants really. Well, I mean, there's some fashions that go all the way down, but they're a little shorter than usual. Her waist is a little looser on her pants, as the elastic's probably been on and off of her for some time. And then we also look for chips in her arms if there's any marks. She's not the best, but, you know, she's pretty good. There's no chews or stains on her face. Now, if you can see closely on Jetta's face, she had like a white, like, almost like a lightning bolt across her face. So on the show. So she's got the white makeup across her face. That's what she's supposed to look like, if you're worried. And she has the black hair. She's the only one that has black hair, and it has silver metallic throughout her hair. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty long as well. So when you are putting back on her clothes, definitely do the pants first and take your time up the leg. As usual, their legs are really rubbery, so just take your time pulling the pants up. And then you take the black polka dot skirt with the elastic. So there's a white polka dots on the black skirt, and just go up over her pants. So of course, polka dot and stripes, you know, that's the way fashion is, especially nowadays. I would say all these dolls would be totally in the now in current magazines because of what they are wearing right now. It's great. And then she just put one arm at a time, so this one's pretty easy to put on and off with Velcro in the back. So her shirt actually is the silver lame in the front. You can't see on the bottom is the polka dot. So the lame is hanging over and it's trimmed with black fringe. Isn't that the 80s style? Love it. So black fringe trimmed around the silver lame metallic top, and then one Velcro in the back, so it's all polka dot in the back too. Okay. Now the rare thing to find on a Jetta doll, sometimes on eBay or wherever, is the belt, and that goes for a lot of the dolls. Some of their belts are just so hard to find, or they're just so like a piece of ribbon, a piece of some cloth that you just lose it, or it gets mixed in with all the Barbie items that people can't tell the difference. Now with hers, it's not polka dot. It is a white and black like a cow print. So it's like an animal cow print belt, and it's almost like a felt type of, you know, like a felt type of feel for her belt. Okay, so that is a rare thing to find. So if you can find that for her, great. And I just kind of double tie it so it doesn't come off, but I think one should be good. Yeah, should be good. And then I think it was just mainly tied on the side like that. Okay, and then we put the saxophone over there, which I think nowadays we are missing out on not hearing so much saxophone in a lot of rock songs these days. I'm just kidding. And then I do remember, you know, Lost Boys. If you guys, I am my 80s girl, so the Lost Boys was one of my favorites, and they always had that saxophone guy playing in that movie, and it was hilarious looking back on it. So anyway, there's her sax, and then I'm going to play a little bit of a cassette real quick. I think I have it ready to go. That's funny. Let's see what we got. Actually, I'll let it play for a little bit as I show you some other things you can do with your gem doll. So if you find a gem doll that you're not sure what to do with, you don't have all the pieces to the clothing, or just bad condition. Like I said before, I found a Jetta doll. I wanted an extra Jetta doll, and her waist is really, really loose. I mean, she's flopping around. So I found one of these stands. These stands are great to go around her waist, and it holds them in place. So I just found some, I don't know, I think it's a Barbie outfit of some kind. I had extra pink shoes that Jem had, which Jem can only fit their own shoes. They have some big feet. So Jem, Darcy, they'll fit, I think, as well as the Creative Lace doll shoes they'll fit. But I'm pretty sure, definitely Jem and the Darcy dolls. Okay? So I just put on this Barbie outfit, thought it was cool, and then just added a scarf to cover up because it was kind of low cut. So I thought that looked pretty neat for her. And again, she's pretty floppy, but I didn't care. I mean, it keeps her in place. See, she's staying all good. So that's something you can do that's fun when you do have some extra nude dolls or don't have all their pieces of clothing. So stay tuned for the next segment. I have a few more main dolls coming up, but then I do have a lot of other dolls of actually the Roadster, their stage, and just all the different fashions coming up next.